r/AskReddit. What innocent item gets suspicious if you own too much of it?
Dog cages.
Pictures of a person.
But it's okay if the person is Nick Cage.
Lube. You can buy a 50-gallon barrel on Amazon. One day I'm gonna make a really long slip and slide. Submerge myself in the barrel. And slide. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers.
And they say the American dream is dead.
Cough syrup.
Yes mom, I have 30 bottles of Tussin for my chronic cough. Don't judge.
I saw a Today I Ducked Up post about a guy who bought a bunch of pressure cookers on sale to give to friends as gifts. Turned out that set off some anti-terrorism flags. So I'm gonna go with pressure cookers.
I mean, I understand the CT flag.
They got super paranoid about it immediately after the Boston bombing. Friend got called into HR because he was looking at them during his lunch break. He was looking at them for a wedding present.
Drain cleaner.
I live in Methville. When I go to buy Pure Lye, I make artisan soaps. I always make sure to say, for soap making. Even so, I still get funny looks sometimes. Edit. Today I learned about the plot of Fight Club.
That makes you seem more guilty, lol.
My innocent mind decided that this wasn't for meth. But because this hypothetical person would then pour tons of drain cleaner down the drain to destroy all the plumbing they can.
It's what they fill bathtubs with in crime shows to dissolve dead bodies.
For me, water. My neighbors had well water and it would dry up. They asked if they could run a hose and put it in their well. They would pay what was owed. Did this a lot last summer. No big deal, they paid. Then they bought a big above-ground pool. Filled it for them. They always paid, my part was always around the same. So I wasn't bent out of shape. One day the water meter guy knocked with an officer wanting to know why I was using so much water. I explained and showed the many hoses to reach my neighbors and they were there to help explain. They explained to me that much water usage was throwing a red flag. So they were sent out to investigate to make sure no marijuana growing was happening.
Plot twist. Your neighbors were growing weed.
Plot twist. The water meter guy was looking for a supplier.
Canned air dusters. Some people like to get high off them.
I worked at a pool supply store. They sell an extra strong peroxide as an alternative to chlorine. I don't know why, but we had to report large purchases to the FBI. Reported this guy after we used his customer info to search his address on Google Earth. It was rural and had a few different outbuildings. Seemed sketchy. FBI got back to us a few weeks later. He was using the chemical to clean animal skulls he bought from a slaughterhouse. Then he carved the skulls and sold them. The FBI lady said he showed her his whole process and it was pretty impressive.
Peroxide with acetone makes a very unstable high explosive that doesn't show up on the common nitrate-based tests.
Cash. If you have too much cash, it's automatically an assumption that you traffic drugs in some way.
I wait tables and used to live in my car. I got pulled over and the cops searched my car and found a few months' worth of tips. I already was homeless and I figured I would save up to buy a house. The cops lifted my mattress and found $15,000 in small bills. Had my entire vehicle torn apart and not put back together. And it took like a month to get my cash back.
Seriously, cops are so shoddy to you when you're homeless.
Duct tape.
I would say scissors, but that would be self-incriminating. So single socks.
I saw what I would describe as a suspicious amount of peanut butter in the bed of a truck once. I think 2 or 3 12-pack cases.
Preppers like it because it lasts a long time, is calorie dense, and has lots of protein. Edit. Okay, so it's not great for protein but it's still pretty energy dense. Lasts a long time, and goes well with lots of other bland foods.
I love having lots of peanut butter and lots of honey. Both have many uses and stay good for a long time. I don't think honey ever expires.
Honey does not expire. There's so much sugar that any microbes that try to feed off of the honey get their water sucked out of them from osmosis. It's great. It never expires, acts as a disinfectant, very messy though, and can act as a seal for other foods. Edit. As others have pointed out, it must be real honey, not fake honey.
Imagines his bear-shaped bottle of honey standing up and barking and clapping in hopes of getting some sardines.
Bleach.
Can I have 12 bottles of bleach, please?
Dolls.
My grandma used to have about 70 porcelain dolls. Old, creepy ones. God bless her, but when she passed we donated them to the dump.
As creepy as they are, those may have been worth finding a collector for.
Currently, the most expensive porcelain doll ever sold was a bisque doll sold by Therialts for $300. in 2014. Web link. That's like 10 toilet paper rolls.
Freezers.
Not if you have a farm. 3 freezers and 2 big fridges. Where else would you put all the meat?
Cook 'em all and store them in my belly.
Tampons. A guy we know hoards them because he thinks if the government collapses, they will become a hot commodity that he can use to trade. I'm talking a shed full of boxes. All kinds. Unbeknownst to him, menstrual cups exist. And rags.
He picked a strange tampon-covered hill to die on.
Please tell him they have a shelf life of 5 years and then could be seriously dangerous. Web link.
Pseudoephedrine.
What is that?
The good cold medicine. It's also used to make meth.
Kidneys. 2 is enough. 3 or more is going to raise some questions. Edit. Thank you for the pie slices.
Also could be genetics. Went to school with a girl that had 4 full working kidneys. She didn't find out till she had to get a scan for some reason. 10 years later, she still got the 4 kidneys.
When I was in undergrad, me and my 2 friends lived together in a house. Whenever we saw a yard sale, we'd stop and buy any reasonably priced clocks. We'd then hang the clocks on the walls of the house in asymmetrical places. And we'd leave them on whatever time they were at, even if they were dead. So our house had nearly 100 clocks after 4 years. All of which said different times. And several of which made faint ticking sounds. My roommate, who was the least enthused about this decor, would wake up after a particularly drunk night hungover as hell. And just scream angrily, "What ducking time is it?" as he walked from room to room. Anyway, when we moved out, we had our own yard sale with only clocks for sale. People thought we were freaks, but we sold about half of them. Sometimes I still hear the unsynchronized clicking today when I lay down at night and close my eyes.
That's ducking amazing.
But it probably sounded like hell.
Children.
Depends if they're your own or someone else's children.
Well, they're mine now.
Cardboard cutouts. You have one cardboard cutout and it's a novelty decoration. But you have a room full of them and it gets a little weird.
Toilet paper, you hoarding ducks.
I needed TP and paper towel today in the regular course of me running out of such things. I felt like I was getting judgmental looks walking home with a regular-sized pack of each.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please help the channel by smashing the like button and subscribing for more daily content.